Hello, I'm Dani Nicolas,
And I'm Raymond Nicolas.
and we're the Nicolas family. So, the two of us are wisdom group leaders here in Wisdom Church of Manila. Back in January 2019, I was diagnosed with bilateral polycystic ovarian syndrome with uterine polyps, where 90% of my ovaries had immature follicles. So at that point, I was already diagnosed as infertile. So sa Tagalog, I was diagnosed as baog, di magkakaanak. At that time, I was still a non-believer. So 2019, I haven't had my encounter yet with the Lord. And at that point, since hindi nga ako believer, ang thinking ko, since hindi naman ako magkakaanak, hindi naman ako magkakaroon ng family, might as well, gawin ko na lang lahat ng gusto kong gawin sa buhay ko. Lahat ng vices, addiction, lahat ng pwede kong gawin na hindi ko naman dapat gawin, I did it because I felt like wala naman ng consequence. Kasi ako lang naman hindi naman ako magkakaroon ng anak, and it felt pointless na mag-asawa kasi hindi ko naman mabibigyan din ng anak. So the lifestyle I lived really reflected how I was godless in that period of my life. And then came 2022. I had my encounter with the Lord. I was very much on fire and I became a Christian. But at that point, nandun pa rin yung lie about healing. Yung thinking na healing only comes to those who are special and extra kay Lord, na iba yung prayers nila kaya sila pinapakinggan ni Lord. And then yung line na ang healing is miracle lang talaga siya. Hindi siya something na normal for people. It's a miracle that comes very, very rarely, not realizing na it's actually part of my salvation. I was infertile kasi part yun ng story na sinusulat ni God for me, and it will be a testimony for others, which is absolutely wrong. And I only learned about it when I was already dating my now husband, si Raymond. When we started dating, I asked him, okay lang ba sa'yo when we start dating, I want to be honest with you na hindi ako magkakaanak. So I won't be able to give you children in the future. Okay lang ba na in the future, it's just gonna be us two? And okay lang ba sa family mo na never sila magkakaapo? It will just be you and me. Tapos wala na. That was the first time me wearing my badge of honor of sickness, infertility, got called out, it got rebuked.
So during that time, or while we were still dating, when she shared that to me, immediately I rebuked it. I told her, no, that's not true. Even though that's what the doctor said, even though that's what you believe, there's still healing. There's still healing for you. And there at that moment, we rebuked it together. We started to pray together. We came against it together. And after that, it was done. It was finished.
Can fast forward to January 2023. One of the first major events that I attended here in Wisdom Church of Manila was with Dr. Nasser, God's Power for Healing service. There, nag-click na sa akin na meron palang lie na nakaplant sa heart ko na hindi ako na-deliver from. In my heart, I really believed yung lie of the enemy na God wanted my sickness for me as a part of my story. Not realizing that it was the enemy planting that thought not just in my head but also in my heart. So instead of living in fullness, I was living in my sickness, and that resulted in fear. It resulted in anger. It resulted in so many things that almost ruined my life, almost ended my life. With that realization, nag-start na yung fire ko for healing. After that preaching, sunod-sunod na yung teachings about healing, the healing twins, faith and power. With that preaching by Pastora Celeste, I realized that I had the power to embrace healing in my life. What I didn't have was faith. And right there and then, I asked forgiveness for my unbelief, and I asked healing from my unbelief. And in that moment, I received deliverance, and in that moment, I realized I was healed. More than anything, out of everything that I have done, hindi yung gamot, hindi treatment, hindi exercise, hindi diet. Ang nag-heal sa akin was my faith. He, Jesus, said to her, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from your suffering." And especially this Mark verse, I really felt like when this was mentioned in the preaching, I was the daughter that was being freed. I was the daughter that was being healed. Doon talaga nag-click sa akin na wala na yung sickness ko. I was absolutely healed. Fast forward to the end of 2024, December 2024. For the very first time since I was diagnosed, nagpa-ultrasound ako ulit just to check what's happening with my ovaries. And I was so shocked to see that I'm all clear now. Wala na yung cysts, wala na lahat ng bukol, lahat ng follicles ko, we're all good. And not just that, they told me I was infertile, never ako magkakaanak, pero joke's on you, I'm pregnant. So yes, that's the goodness of God. With faith, I was delivered from my sickness, and now we have started our family.
So with that, you may notice that there's been so many healing anointings, so many breakthroughs with babies here at Wisdom Church of Manila. And we just want to invite you because we know how much it changed our lives. We want to invite you every 2 p.m. on Sunday, online or on site here at Wisdom Church of Manila. And we'll see you there.